Okay, here we go. I think we're live. Thanks for being here, everyone. I'm very happy to present to you the Cardano Gaming Showcase today. I'm gonna bring up my co-host, Victor.
Hey, Patrick.
Hey, Victor. And I just muted myself in the stream. It's so good to see you, Victor. It's been a while, so it's really cool to be able to host something like this with you again. I'm very happy. So thanks for joining me. And
Yeah,
I think
thanks
we
for
have a
having me.
very interesting topic today. Are you excited?
Yeah. I mean, the last time I was here, we showed Rogue Galaxies, so we're here again to see a lot more games this time, about 8 games, including Rogue Galaxies, so it should be a fun time.
Yeah, I agree. So maybe let's quickly, before we jump in, look at the schedule. So I'm gonna. So it does mute us while
Yeah.
we do the video clip, but here it is again, the schedule. We have 8 great projects here today. So we're gonna start off with Virtua, the big project across multiple chains. Super exciting to be able to speak with Virtua. Then we have Makossi Planet. Then we have Future Fest. Also super excited for them. And I think I've never even talked to them before in like such a setting. So really cool to finally hear a little bit about that. And we have Ada Quest, where we will hopefully have a live demo and a live playthrough with me against the founder of Ada Quest. Then we have Goombles, Cornucopias, Cardano Warriors, and at the end Rogue Galaxies. And then I'm gonna say a few more things about NMaker as well, of course. But we're not gonna spend too much time with the schedule because we have our first guest already lined up, and I'm very happy to present to you Virtua. And before we see our guest, I'm gonna roll this short clip here. And there we go. Hey, Travis, how are you?
Hello, everyone. I'm doing great. It's awesome to be here. Thank you so much for putting this on. This is going to be a really cool stream, seeing all the different games and everything kind of going on and where everyone's at.
Yeah, it's really exciting. Where are you at the moment? I'm gonna try to ask everyone this question where they are because I think we have a very global like community here, and I kind of want to highlight that a little bit.
Yes, I am in Missouri, in the middle of the USA. I'm actually currently in my truck on a road trip. So pulled off to a restaurant to grab some lunch and host this stream. It was a little noisy inside though, so I figured it'd be better setting out here.
Cool. That's really exciting. Yeah, so maybe just give us a quick introduction into Virtua. I know you sent us a video as well, which we can play in a bit, but maybe in your own few words, what is Virtua for the clueless listeners? What are you doing?
Yeah, Virtua is a gamers metaverse. It's a gaming network where we are building a community of just like-minded people, of gamers. We're adding a strong social element to games that people already know, people already play, and new ones that we're going to introduce as well. So really through the Virtua Games Network, we are incorporating games that we've built, games that we've built with other studios, such as our V-Fleck Battle for Virtua Prime that we co-produced with Stainless Studios, and then also other outside games from both Web 2 and Web 3. Incorporating them where people can, link their profiles to their Virtua Game Network, and as they're, earning achievements and XP and accomplishments, awards, whatever it may be in one game that they're playing, at the same time they can also keep increasing their player portfolio and profile on Virtua, and earn some cool stuff along the way as well. So it just kind of adds another layer, another element to both games that are already out there, that people play and enjoy, and games that we're putting out as well.
Okay, sounds good. So basically, you're taking what is already working in the Web 2 kind of world and bringing this element of Web 3 into it to make it even more engaging, right?
Yeah, and we're trying to do it in a very seamless, obstruction-free way for the current non-Web3 audience. So things like sign-ins with your Gmail account or your social medias or something, where there's an option in the background to link a wallet if you choose, but you can still have the full experience without having to take custody of those assets necessarily, or kind of move them to a wallet, or kind of dive too deep into the Web3. You can get it at your own comfort.
Cool. And yeah, so I'm really curious actually to learn a little bit about the people behind Virtua as well. So maybe can you tell us a little bit how you found your way to Virtua and what you actually do there? Because I know Virtua is a big
Yes.
company at this point.
Yes, Virtua is a very large company. We have somewhere around, I believe, between 200 and 250 on the team, give or take. We have a large gaming studio called Big Immersive in Lahore. We have our companies based out of Dubai, and then we've also got a arm up in the UK as well, that does a lot of our B2B and commerce and those kind of things. I started with Virtua. I actually, was a fanboy and huge collector of Virtua myself. They came into Cardano kind of through the Cardano Summit, the virtual summit in 2021, and established a relationship with IOG and the foundation and all that. And that's when I kind of really dove in a lot deeper. Took a role there as in a part-time setting, and then within a few months came on full-time, and I handle the communications, AMAs, streams like these, Twitter Spaces, and all that, and then also deal a lot with our partnerships and onboarding and product management as far as that goes.
Yeah,
exciting.
I remember. I was going to comment that I remember when Terra Virtua, it was Terra Virtua, and I think it was on like Ethereum or Polygon way back then, and that's when I was into it, and then I was pleasantly surprised to see that it came to Cardano, and I was like confused because like, is this the same Terra Virtua like from back then, and it rebranded to Virtua? So super cool that you guys finally moved over to Cardano. So yeah, awesome.
Yeah, it was very exciting, and as a huge Cardano guy myself, obviously the fanboy in me was very happy with it. But yeah, it was Terra Virtua back then, and then after the kind of like Luna and Terra collapse and everything else, we wanted to separate ourselves from it, because it'd been originally Virtual Earth, and we didn't have anything to do with Terra Luna, but just perception wise and marketing wise, we figured it'd be better just to kind of rebrand a bit.
Good choice.
Cool. I think before we continue a little bit with our conversation, I'm gonna roll the video that you send us. I think it's like 4 minutes, and it shows a little bit about what Virtua is, about. So yeah, clip on.
Sounds awesome.
Welcome to Virtua, a new platform for the games industry. You can play games across multiple platforms, including VR, mobile, PC, and web, and then seamlessly connect to a new world. Our single sign API allows players to connect to Virtua with just one click to enrich their gameplay experience. From game-based environments to game DLCs, games can do so much more for their players with Virtua. Players who come to Virtua get their own 3D Gamers Lounge, accessible from PC or browser, where they can show off their collected digital assets and access even more games. In the Virtua platform, users can access new game-linked activities to earn rewards from the game they play, unlocking new brand opportunities. In Virtua itself, users can be part of many metaverse activities to earn rewards. They can go on quests and earn new items. Some of these can even be crafted into new, usable digital assets and collectibles. You can express yourself in your own way and create your own AI-driven avatar. This all feeds into a new metaverse-based social experience in our community hubs. You can bring in your own digital assets and NFTs, show them off, trade, play, own, experience, and more. Welcome to the gaming metaverse.
Awesome.
That's the first time that video has been publicly shown, and for anyone that's kind of following Virtua deep, you probably saw quite a few little Easter eggs and teasers that we haven't talked on very much or released yet. So a lot. It's going to be a very exciting year. I don't know. Did you want me to share my screen with the game and such?
Yeah, I think that would be great. Go ahead.
Yeah, let me pull that up now real quick. Whoops.
Perfect. Let me turn this on. I hope we can see the screen. Oh, it's a little bit blurry. I hope it's better in the stream.
No, let me check it. But yeah, it looks pretty blurry on mine. Yeah, it's really blurry. Yeah.
Oh,
you might have to you might have to show it from your end, Patrick.
Yeah, maybe I'm gonna go and share the website. That's a good idea.
It happened last time too, so might just be a restart.
Yeah.
I can send the link over. It's play.virtua.com / /jetpack. I'll send it in the chat here.
No problem. I already got it. Okay, let's turn this screen off and this one on. Okay, a lot better. Nice. Yeah, so walk us a little bit through your website and also what you can do today with Virtua and where the story is going and what the future holds, basically. Or is he still there? I think he dropped out. Oh no.
He might have, yeah.
Okay, then let's wing it and take a look at this amazing website, because I actually think that Virtua is one of the strongest gaming brands that we have, not only in Cardano but like in general. And what they're building is from the outside a little bit hard to grasp sometimes, because it's so much, right? There's so much going on. They have so many games. They have so many different products in a way. And I think Travis is back. I'm gonna add him right back. Welcome.
Yes.
And, yeah, we've just been talking about what Virtua actually is and what you can do with it right now and where the roadmap is going and how big it also has evolved.
Yes, yeah. So Virtua is an entire ecosystem. It's a whole lot to kind of grasp in a short kind of buzz through, but really we're building like I said, an entire ecosystem where like things like our marketplace. We've had it up for a couple of years, but that's needed for our gaming marketplace. So, for games and stuff coming in the Virtua Games Network, things like our cribs and interior experiences, we are transferring into a Web 2 kind of way as well through the gamers lounges. We have voice over IP coming, I believe, next week into the cribs and such. So that's going to be a cool little addition. Currently, it's kind of chat bubble box, but the voice over IP should be live. I could be wrong, but I think it's next week. If it's not, it's here real shortly after. And then just everything that we've kind of done and all these small pieces we've built and kind of delivered along the way. Sometimes that it makes sense, but I think when the overall picture comes out, it'll kind of really all come together and make sense why each of these kind of pieces were needed for the overall puzzle. The Jetpack League game you can see there, that just launched. We just launched that one last week. There's a kind of roadmap that shows the different phases. There towards the bottom, and every phase will be about 2 to 4 weeks apart, I'd say. We've got things coming like this is our very basic kind of first version. We've got 1 versus 1 in this, an endless mode in that you can race. It's also linked to the Virtua Games Network where you're earning your XP and stuff on your seasons. But the future phases, we've got Apple and Android coming here very shortly. We've got tournaments with tournament prizes and such. We've got wagering systems. We've got what we're calling illegal tournaments, player collision, multiplayer. Right now it's one versus one, but we'll have I believe it's 6 versus 6 or 8 versus 8 mode with all kinds of new additions and depth added for that multiplayer kind of feature and experience, and give it that competitive, kind of esports feel. Esports is something that's heavy and deep in our background. And we have people like Jesse Lingard, and his esports league has joined with Virtua and will be based out of Virtua. We got Keith Ramsdale on the team, who's the former vice president of EA Sports Europe. And so he's got a heavy, sports and esports kind of knowledge and skill set in there. And some other really great, strong people on the team. Doug Dyer is another one of our founders, and Doug is best known for creating Age of Empires, the game, and releasing that in that series. He also did.
Great game.
Yes,
I love Age of Empires. I play that. I love Age of Empires 2, and I have 4 now, so it's one of my favorite games.
Yeah, and it's still super popular to this day, which is wild to think about how long it's been around. It's sometimes hard for games to have success for that many decades now. But yeah, then he also did like Unreal Tournament. He did Duke Nukem.
Wow.
Dozens and dozens of other games. Gary Bracey's another one of our founders on the team. He is the one that was really responsible for bringing or laid a good roadmap for Hollywood IP and IP in general into gaming. Hollywood kept coming in and failing with their games and putting their IP in, and then Gary kind of showed how to do it successfully. He released RoboCop, which was like the first video game to sell 1 million copies, and then went on to do like Batman and Addams Family and Untouchables and dozens and dozens more Hollywood IP games. He had the company Ocean. If anyone was like an early 90s gamer, you would know Oceans. So that was Gary. So we've got a lot of really awesome experienced people with mass market games and game building experience that have done it dozens and dozens of times over. And, really kind of, we don't like to say we're a crypto game or a Web3 game or anything. We're more a gaming studio and a gaming platform that's, utilizing blockchain and all the awesome, features and abilities that unlocks by utilizing blockchain on a tech layer while still producing the games that are fun and everyone wants to play and everything of the sort. Our games are all free to play. You don't need to build an NFT or anything to play them. The NFTs, we're really kind of developing an economy and ecosystem within the games where you don't have those major advantages. Really, gamers are more, gamers love to flex. They love to flex, their skins that they own and, in-game assets and all these digital items they collect on their friends and people they're playing against. And that has a whole lot of power to it. But things, other certain things like a battle pass, for instance, can be an NFT version while still having that same kind of I can't think of the word I'm looking for, but that's that same effect basically. It's the same battle pass. It's not giving you a huge advantage. You may have a different, in our seasons we have 50 levels, and you progress through those levels with XP, both in our games and other games that are linked into the Virtua Games network. Which we're always looking for games to bring in that can tie in with our APIs and SDKs. So really excited about games starting to launch and deliver on Cardano so we can start incorporating them. We have some games like Nitro League and Legends of Crypto from Polygon and Ethereum that we've already announced, and a lot of other cool games that we will be announcing here shortly. But, having that season tree where everyone can play and you have, prizes for each level you unlock, but then having that optional pay tree as well alongside it where you may get different items. Maybe the free tree has a Vampirella comic book. Dynamite's one of our partners, but maybe the paid tree is like a John Wick comic book and something, a little cooler, a little more exclusive, that kind of thing. So we can do a lot of really exciting things, both emotes and in-game assets and digital collectibles and all kind of things. I think we've really kind of aligned ourselves well with some cool industry partners.
Yeah, that's super exciting. And while you were talking, I was trying to get the high score of Jetpack Hyper League. Unfortunately, I failed. I think I missed a few thousand coins, but it's actually a lot of fun. And what I like about it is that the entry barrier is so low. I mean, it's it's not a GTA, but it does not have to be a GTA because it's basically you just go to a website and you click on play and you can play, and it's free to play, and you get in there, and then by getting into that game, you basically get introduced also to this like Web3 kind of layer, which I like in the later stages, and that's how it should be, right? Target the gamers first, and then introduce Web3 capabilities to them that actually make sense and make their life easier.
Exactly. It's just about meeting the market where they are. And some of the things like DLCs that we're doing, when you win an asset or earn some kind of asset, it can be a digital collectible, something that's just on your account. You don't need the NFT or anything like that. At the same time, it can still be bought or sold or traded within our marketplace. But at any time in the future, if you decide, yes, I want custody of this asset, or someone that purchases it from you or trades it from you wants it, that can be minted and issued into an NFT. If you wanted to, take it onto another platform, put it on OpenSea, maybe use it in another game that's utilizing it. So really kind of leaving that door open where people can have custody, but making the experience rich and full and the same for people that aren't comfortable getting into that kind of depth with Web3 yet.
Yeah, cool. So we have a very tight schedule, unfortunately. I would love to keep speaking with you, but we're already behind schedule. So
I'm excited to hear the rest of the ones on here. So
yeah, me too. I think we have a lot of great projects building on Cardano now, a lot of great games, and it's really important to give all of them a spotlight. So thank you very much for being here, Travis. I really appreciate it. And yeah, thanks for joining us and showing Virtua to the world.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks so much for having us and putting this together. And I'll definitely be watching and for everyone else coming along. So excited. This is going to be an awesome little stream here. So thank you so much. And we will talk again soon.
Have a great rest of the day.
See you later.
Okay. Wow, Virtua. Really cool. I really like their approach. I really like how they get all these IPs into it. I'm very excited for what they're building. And as I mentioned, like the openness, the accessibility is really key to them. I think Victor just left us, or his internet connection at least left us. So before we go to our next partner, or guest rather, who is already waiting behind the scenes, I'm gonna roll another quick clip, and then we'll go to Makossi. That's it. Hey, Steven, how are you?
Hey, Patrick. I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good. Great to finally
nice
speak to you.
Yeah.
I think we went to all the same conferences at Rare Evo and so on, but we never really got the chance to actually just hang out and speak one-on-one. So I'm very happy that we finally have a little bit of a chance to do that.
Yeah. Yes, I think we already talked to each other a long time ago before the event. Yeah, but I don't think you remember because it before we started the project.
Yeah, that's really cool. And I'm actually a big fan of what you've been building because I don't actively engage in the Discord or anything that much because I'm lacking the time. But every time I go to your Twitter and I see the newest releases and the newest updates, I'm very impressed with what you're doing because you've been delivering like nonstop, right? And that's very impressive in the NFT space. So, but before we talk about Makossi and before we talk about the games and everything, where are you calling in from?
Yeah, I'm calling from Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam.
Oh, nice. Very beautiful.
It's the south capital of Vietnam.
Wonderful. Very cool. Yeah, so I'm gonna pull up your website to show our visitors a little bit of the games. But in the meantime, can you maybe do a little bit of an elevator pitch of what Makossi is about and what you're trying to build?
Yeah, Makossi Planet is like one of the first play-and-learn games on the Cardano blockchain. And I think it is different from other traditional virtual pet game is we incorporate the virtual pet and farming simulation game elements. And apart from that, we also want to add one more game that maybe it will complete the look for our gaming experience. That is the crafting feature and BVB gaming, BVB card game. So to talk about this Makossi ecosystem, we have to talk about all of those games. The first one is pet game, the second one is simulation game, and the third one is PvP card game. And if you to talk a little bit about the card game that we will release in the next few months, I want to talk about like if you already play the Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh, Hearthstone, you already experienced the card game type. So our game will be a lot more like different from those traditional game, and this game is casual, so we want to attract more people from the traditional gaming market into Cardano. So people want to play the game. They just they can choose between two options. The first one is they have some NFT and they can play and receive the reward, or the second option, they can enjoy the game without any NFT. We call it a freemium option. And then when they really enjoy the game on mobile, they can they can get into Cardano next blockchain and then buy some MCOS token to buy some Makossi NFT to enjoy the whole game. So we put the entertainment aspect first, and then the reward for our player is the second.
That makes a lot of sense. That's very important. I think this is very similar to what we just heard from Virtua, where it's really also about making it easy to get in. And in your case, that's how you get the people. You have an amazing art style. You have an amazing like core concept that I think a lot of people love. Very niche as well. And then people just play it because they want to experience the game and they don't really care about blockchain. And then they realize, okay, now we can do something more if we actually use the blockchain to play. So that's very cool and very impressive. So where, in terms of development, where are we at the moment? Like, which one of those 3 phases is currently out?
Yeah, we are in the second phase of the game. The first phase is the breeding feature, which we already released last year, and we are now in the second phase, which is the Makossi Planet game, and then we are building the crafting feature that allow users to harvest the resources and then process those resources to get the ingredients, and then use those ingredients to craft our PvP card game, PvP cards, and those cards are NFT. So we have to integrate the smart contract into our game so that people can mint the NFT directly from the game.
Cool.
In the game. Yeah.
Very impressive. Very cool. You mentioned that you just sent me some gameplay. Where did you send it? Via email?
Yeah, to your email. The first one is the trailer, but it's already a few months ago, and we already add some more feature in the game. So I want to show the second the gameplay.
Okay, then I'm gonna try to pull this up quickly. Maybe Victor, now that you're back, you can ask some more questions.
Yeah, of course. No, I was going to comment. I had technical difficulties earlier, so I'm back now. But I just wanted to say that I love the style. I know Patrick meant this. The style of the game. It looks beautiful. And I noticed there's a few games you have. There's a bunch of mini games, right, within the game.
Yeah.
And so the mini games, and you have farming. And so how do the mini games and the farming tie in together?
So if you are like, when we look at children, right? They will play game like without purpose, because before starting the game to build the game, I see many children, my friends' children, they just play the game. They just want to raise their pet, and then they get into the mini game to play for fun.
Yeah.
And that's the purpose of the mini game. And why we want to focus a little bit in children with the pet game, because in traditional gaming market, children with the age 8+ can play many games and on mobile, and it's really easy to get into like let them enjoy the game than adult. So we want to first attract those target, and then we want to roll out the card game, which strategy you have to learn more to play a game strategically than the pet game and the farming game.
Awesome. And I love that you're just focused on games being fun. And I love that because, a lot of crypto games, blockchain games, where they're just focused on, shilling, rather just using that word crypto and blockchain just to promote the whole game. Like, oh, it's a crypto game. And that's what they're focused on, like in this new tech, but not really focused on the game or fun aspects. So I'm really loving that you just mentioned, like, we just want it to be fun. And that's what
because
should be about.
yes, because I think that with the age of 8+ and 13+, when they grow up, they will like the blockchain with them is like internet with us, so they will they can be easy to play the game and get into Cardano blockchain. It's not difficult for them to understand blockchain at all.
Cool. Yeah, I think we're also coming almost to the end of our time together, unfortunately. I think the last thing that I'm really curious about is what made you choose Cardano in the first place? Like, why did you go to Cardano instead of going to any other blockchain?
Yeah, because I think that our developers have experience in Cardano. We have Stakepool since Cardano testnet, Cardano mainnet, and we also been working in Cardano for more than for about 5 years. So I think Cardano network with the low fee can be more suitable than Ethereum, and I also think that our resources is limited, so I don't think we can compete with other blockchain like Ethereum. So this is we choose this. We pick this because we have limited results, but we have big aim, big target, big goal.
Big ambitions.
Yeah, great. That's really wonderful, and really good reasons as well. So, any last thing you want to add before we jump out?
Yeah, I want to talk about a little bit about the crafting feature that we will roll out next month, or next 2 months. The feature is have player can use their resources to mint real NFT in our game, and this will help the players make the NFT, and then they can keep it a collectible, or they can sell it to make profit. But if they keep it to play for playing the PvP game, they can earn the reward from the PvP card game.
Sounds perfect. So what's the best way to keep up with what's going on in Makossi Planet?
We have released some information in Discord and Twitter, and in a few weeks we will have some official announcement about the crafting feature.
Cool. Great. Then thank you so much for your time. It was really a pleasure speaking to you finally. And yeah, thank you for showing Makossi to us. It's really exciting. I'm really proud to have you on Cardano. Every time I see it, as I mentioned, I'm very happy of what you've built so far and where you're going. So thanks for your time. And
thank you guys. Thank you for having me today.
Thanks for coming. See you, Steven.
Wow. What are your thoughts about Makossi?
Yeah, when I discovered Makossi, I was like, man, where's this? I mean, there's so many projects, so many things going on all the time on Twitter, right? So I think we're showing the schedule now.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I was just putting
it okay. So there's so many things going on Twitter all the time, and it's hard to keep up. But when I found Makossi, and I was like, man, this looks like a really good quality game. Like the graphics, the team is pretty big. So when I discovered, I was like, man, this is great. I'm so happy that this is on Cardano. And then like after we posted that the Cardano Gaming Showcase was happening, even more games were popping up. Like, hey, we're on Cardano, we're on Cardano. So like it turns out that there's like a lot of pretty good games like are building on Cardano. So I'm excited to given how well this one goes, to have more games come on Cardano Gaming Showcase to, of course, showcase their game.
Yeah, me too. And as we just seen in the schedule, we're gonna have next up Future Goombles and then Cornucopias. So very exciting future guests.
Yeah, don't forget when you share this schedule or something, you go mute completely.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Did I?
So
I completely forgot.
Yeah, I don't know how it is on YouTube.
Yeah, no, you're completely right. They are like restream is actually very complicated. I'm a total noob. Anyways, next up, Future Fest. Very excited. I'm gonna play a quick clip and then we're gonna have our next guest on.
Hey everyone.
Hey Matt.
So great to have you here. I'm also I keep saying the word excited today, but I actually am really excited for all these projects coming here because Future Fest has also been building nonstop. I think you're one of the like low-key most delivering projects in the space as well, and you've just been pumping out new stuff and have great partnerships. So I'm very happy to have you here.
Yeah, thank you. I'm super excited to be here. Thanks for renting this beautiful beach house. I know all the guests have been interviewing out of here. It's been great.
Right.
We've flown everyone in. Yeah, I keep asking all the guests before we start where they are calling in from, because I really think we have a very global, community here. So where are you right now?
Utah, myself. Yep. So middle of America.
Nice. Okay. As a European, I have no idea where that is, but
it's somewhat close to California.
Kind of near California. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Cool. Very cool. Yeah, so tell us a little bit about Future Fest. I'm gonna pull up your website in the meantime, and then maybe you can give us the elevator pitch of what you're doing.
Yeah, so essentially what we do is we're like a metaverse concerts and events company. So what we do is we throw focused events in like a metaverse space that we generally build out. And a lot of times we work with artists or brands to kind of bring their world to life. So we worked with artists such as Cascade, Blue to Tiger. We actually started pretty heavily in the EDM scene, the music scene. So we worked with like brands like Dirty Bird, Space Yacht, and Juno Beats to put on these kind of live music events. And we've kind of started pivoting towards showcasing a lot more like a variety of events. So recently we put on the farmers market with Veggiemates, and it was kind of a big conference like event where we had like over 20 projects showcased, had booths. They had we had live proximity voice chat, so you could visit booths and talk to people, learn about people's projects. And kind of the main mission and goal that we're trying to bring to the space here is we're trying to make like the most compelling, fun virtual events ever. Because kind of what we noticed before we got into the space was a lot of the metaverse events, they were kind of the worlds were like mostly dead. They weren't very fun. They bring all the elements of like a metaverse, but they don't have a lot of the social aspects that kind of the community social aspects that make it really good. So this year we've actually been we have a really heavy focus on integrating as many projects and brands into our ecosystem as possible. Meaning, like, if you have avatars, we want to get your avatars into our platform. If you have stickers or community things that you like showing off, we want to get you in there. So we can always tie that to an NFT and things of that nature to unlock in our world.
Very exciting, yeah. And what I've been wondering as a ex game developer, or at least try hard game developer who has never actually really released a game, how are you working together with Unity? Because this was like big news to me, that you had an actual partnership with Unity instead of just using the game engine. So what's the relationship there?
Yeah, so they actually approached us after the Cascade show to throw their after party back in 2022. But yeah, it was they have a live events division that worked directly with us, and it was pretty cool because they had like this survey and checklist when we first when they first reached out to us, and they're like, do you use this feature? Do you use this feature? And we pretty much checked every single box as far as like, hey, we do live streams into the into the world. We want to use what's it called? Like, audio activated things. Just every feature that they were building is something that we could directly use. So we were great partners for them. We work very quickly and we iterate very quickly. So it was it just made sense overall.
Great, really great. Victor, what do you think of FutureFest? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I've been a big fan of FutureFest for a while. I've like reached out to you guys, commented, and I've been to a few events myself. So it's always fun. And like, I mean, I've been a big fan of EDM since I was in college. I remember going to Skrillex and all those shows, because just seeing that you guys had Cascade on there, and then just even seeing new artists I've never heard before. Like, you guys have some really good DJs. And I'm like, especially like in dubstep and the harder stuff that I really like. But yeah, I love what you guys are doing. It's just pure entertainment and fun and social. But I was just wondering, like, what is how big is the team? I don't know if you asked this yet, but how big is the FutureFest team, and what does that look like? What kind of background you guys have?
Yeah, the team's actually very small. We've got 5 people on the team. So essentially the team's kind of made up of, like some marketers but mostly developers. We have, one Unity developer who's also, works in VR as well. And then, so essentially we pretty much just try to iterate as quickly as possible because we have a small team. It kind of allows us to work very quickly and try out new ideas very, very fast. So we're always taking feedback from the community. We try to throw on, put on as many shows as possible to just get people in there, feel out the event, and just learn very quickly on like, hey, do you like this feature? If not, then we, scrap it and just kind of keep going forward.
Yeah, and you mentioned you have a virtual reality, someone who works in virtual reality, and I do feel like this is, again, that's really going to excel in virtual reality. So what does that look like in the future?
Yeah, it's actually kind of funny. FutureFest started off as a VR company, and we were trying to make like, hey, we can DJ in VR and have people join like these crazy virtual festivals. But this was around, I think this iteration of it was around 7 years ago, and VR was just barely taking off. So kind of around when the pandemic happened, we were like, okay, for this to really succeed, we got to kind of flip it on its head and target like the widest audience possible. So we kind of started off at level 1, which we consider live stream. So we started putting on interactive live streams without a virtual world that you could like walk around in. And then we kind of moved on to what we call level 2, which is, now you can actually be a player in that world. And every single level that we have, we want them to be connected. So even if you're watching the live stream, we want you to be able to see people running around. Maybe you can spawn objects in from, the live stream that people in level 2 can interact with. So we want to have that really cool connection. And then obviously level 3 is VR, but yeah, we're just not there yet as far as the adoption. It's getting there, but yeah, we're focusing on making level 2 as best as we can.
Yeah, we'll see with the latest announcements from Apple, and I think Meta just announced they're going to launch their Meta Quest 3 this fall. So,
super excited for those.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's extremely exciting. You're really there before the actual hype hits, and then you're just gonna take the wave with you. I think this is really a good timing, I would say. But yeah, I mean, as mentioned, we have very limited time here, so I kind of want to give you the opportunity to talk about specific things that you think are worth mentioning, that you want, like, what is the one thing that you want people to know about Future Fest after they watch this? What's like most important?
Yeah, kind of. So two quick things. One of them is kind of aimed towards more projects in the space and brands in general. We're trying to onboard as many projects as possible into the ecosystem. So we have things like expressions, or emojis and stickers. So like things you can spray on the ground or things that appear above your character's head, even avatars. And these are things that we want to integrate from your project. So if you have NFTs, we can read those NFTs and unlock them. We've actually added a new feature where we can actually see what pool you're delegated to, like SBOs. So if you're an SBO that's interested, we can unlock those types of features in game for you just by detecting that you're delegated to them. Same with wallets. If you guys have a wallet, I know we're working on a collab with Garo Wallet where you unlock like a mount in game that you can use if we just detect that you're using that wallet. So any of those people that would apply to, please reach out to us. We're always trying to integrate that stuff. And the second thing, please come out to one of our events. Right now, we have Yummy Island featured as our 24/7 world. It's not as exciting as one of our actual one-off events because you get a lot of people in the world. And the next one that we have coming up is actually Pride Fest, which we're doing in collaboration with Cardano Woman, which is going to be on June 28th. We'll have a post probably coming out later today or tomorrow about that, but please come check that out. There's going to be art galleries featuring artists. There's going to be live music. It's going to be a ton of fun. You guys will be able to talk to and meet a lot of people.
Very exciting. So when do we do a partnership between NMaker and Future Fest?
Let's do it. I mean, like I said, like we could read wallets or like detect if you're using like an NMaker wallet. We have detect if you have NFTs. We could do all that stuff. So yeah, let's get that started.
Yeah, I would love to have like a big green just stadium and some green things jumping around and maybe some factory theme because NMaker, the logo looks like a factory. I don't know. We should definitely talk afterwards, but I think this is very exciting.
Yeah,
amazing.
Absolutely. I have a couple of questions really quick. So how relevant are the NFTs? I forget what they're called. The Future Fest NFTs. I actually have a couple. And I know it's it's free to play, right? You can still play without them. But these kind of add additional features and benefits. I wonder if you can further on that.
Yeah, definitely. So the NFTs themselves, whenever you see, if you look at those ones right there, you get any traits that are shown on the future bots. So for example, you would unlock that face that you see there. You would unlock those glasses on the purple one. So each future bot unlocks anywhere from 3 to 4 traits that you can use in game, and then you can mix and match depending on how many traits you have unlocked total. The deluxe ones also give airdrops that we drop every once in a while, and then those other collections that you see, we've done a bunch of collabs with brands like Angel Baby Hit Squad, 2090, Soho Kids, and those unlock cosmetics as well for holding them in your wallet. We also got 2 pet collections, which are great. So we have the yummy Naru pets that you can unlock, which they evolve when you feed them yummy meals, which was a pretty cool interaction. And then we also have a Cascade branded pets called the K-Bots. So
that's awesome. Yeah. It's kind of like a season pass.
Yeah. But yeah, you can. The cool thing about these cosmetics is that you can bring them out at any time and use them at any of our events. So they're kind of they're just kind of cool cosmetic items.
Great. So any last questions, Victor?
No, man. I'm just super happy you guys are on Cardano and you guys are just doing so much, just bringing people together to just hang out and socialize, and especially big projects and artists like Cascade, and now working with Unity. So, thanks just for doing so much work and, for doing this for everybody and for yourselves, of course. Just
absolutely. And thank you guys for bringing the showcase to us. So thanks again.
Thanks for joining. And then I wish you a great rest of the day, and hopefully we'll see each other again to talk about the NMaker collab.
Yeah, absolutely. Likewise.
And then so how can people find you?
Yes, you can follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/FutureFest. I think it's FutureFestXR. And anyways, our site is futurefest.io. So
awesome.
Find us there.
And we'll make sure to put all the links in the YouTube live stream so everyone can just go to their Twitter pages and follow them.
Great. Cool. Then thank you so much, Matt, for joining. And then we're going to go to our next guest in a second. I know you're a big Future Fest fan in general, so I'm very happy that we finally got to talk to Matt as well. First time for me too, and really, really exciting project. I think these guys really know what they're doing, so it's super cool that we have them on Cardano.
Yeah, never had a problem like joining. It's always been fun, seamless, and he seems like a great guy. So it's great to have someone's face behind the project, and seems so nice, basically. So cool.
Yeah. Okay, for our next guest, we actually have a live demo, so I hope everything works out. I'm gonna roll a quick teaser again, and then we're going to welcome AdaQuest. There we are.
Oh!
Yeah.
What a surprise.
Quick teaser, but welcome, Marcin. Great to see you again. Always a pleasure, and thanks for joining.
Thanks for having me. Hi, Patrick. Hi, Vic. Hope the weather is also shiny and bright and warm like over here in Germany. Yeah.
I don't know about Victor, but I can tell you that in Switzerland it's pretty shiny and warm, but it's also not that far.
Yeah.
It's been pretty cloudy over here lately, actually.
So, I don't know, Patrick, are you already logged in? I hope that you are logged in so we can showcase this. Or
I'm logged in, and now you have to walk me through.
Oh, okay.
Or actually, before we do any of that, give us like the short elevator pitch of what AdaQuest is about. Like, what are you building, and then maybe then we're gonna go into the gameplay.
Okay, I thought that everyone knows already AdaQuest, so I don't have to introduce this.
I hope so.
But you have to log in. I see you should do this secretly because you are logged out. As far as I see, you're from.
I thought I logged in earlier. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it secretly.
Yeah. Thanks. Okay, so AdaQuest, Cardano RPG project. Free-to-play project in the future with 3 different phases. Currently in the mobile alpha, which we will showcase with Patrick and myself playing against each other. It's a PvP mode. Going for the second mode, it's our dungeon crawler, which will be hopefully one of the project Catalyst funded project in the future. So super important for us. And the very important thing is that our game phases are interconnected. And you are looking currently on the website where you see this unique cards. And it's also the special thing that every card has not only positive but also negative, so a downside, because we like to balance everything. So we are not a pay to win, or you have to invest thousands of dollars to play our game, to be the best, to get the best setup or something like this. So that's super important, and you will be able to use every digital asset that you own in the game or you buy before you loot this. In every game mode we will develop in the future. And currently you can see on the website also our YouTube dungeon dash teaser. This is our second phase I talked about, and the third phase will be more tactical, something like Warhammer Total War. So it's a whole world of Ada where everything is about gaining territory for your tribe, and collecting points for your tribe within a season. That's what AdaQuest is. Currently with a mobile app, web app, online, and I hope that you can hit the play button, Patrick.
I will.
And hit F12 because we like to. You have to hit F12 on your keyboard to go into the. Okay, it's Mac. So
Yeah, it's Mac. Whoop. It's a little bit difficult, unfortunately. Do I have to just move it into or make it smaller?
Yeah, you can do this because it's of course.
Okay.
You can do this. Yeah.
Whoop.
Because I thought you know on the Google Chrome you can use just the mobile view and everything is fine. That would be of course,
Unfortunately.
the best way. Okay, but you can resize the window as you like, and you see the first step. You can choose one of different characters down below, or just type in a character name for your barbarian here, and click on this red, and you are directly in the menu. The main menu, you see only arena is currently available, but as usually in every RPG, first of all, you have to equip your character. You can do this by clicking on the small figure icon that you see down below, right? Yeah. And if you hit one of the slots, you can drag and drop the different equipment. So if you like to equip a weapon, you have to first click on the hand icon on the slot icon. Then you see the weapons. Of course, there's also two-handed weapons like this one you have equipped, or a sword. Then you have, of course, something like a helmet. So you have to click on the helmet. This is the overview that you already show. Yeah. And the next you see on the equipment slots, there are different.
Let me make this a little bit bigger. 1 second.
Yeah.
So, okay. Now it's better, I think.
So to see this, because on a mobile it's looked completely different because it's optimized for a mobile. But whatever, to showcase this, this should be.
I just broke it. Okay. I'm so sorry. Okay, let me try this again.
Yeah. Just reload it. Just reload it, and that should be fine. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Yeah, just in the character view, and you can just go once again. Just click on the red box, because then it disappears down below.
Okay. Then it disappears. Okay, I just jumped into the arena.
Yeah. And if you jump into the arena, the tutorial is starting. So you see that's the whole experience is just optimized for mobile. So you can click here now, just the next button. Yeah. And then the search opponent window will appear. But you can cancel this, and I will just try to fight against you. So just super quick. I hit now the challenge button, and you should be challenged in a few seconds. Okay, you can accept it.
The fight starts.
Yeah, the fight starts, and of course there are points you can distribute to your abilities like strength, intelligence, agility. You see, this is the preview window where you see my character, and of course it's look really creepy in this window. Sorry guys, because you have to look really on a Chrome or on a mobile device to present.
Honestly, it looks good. It looks good. I think you can all imagine what it looks like on mobile. Yeah. I mean, I can make it a bit smaller as well, but
can you reload it once again, because they are fighting already, and I like to show something, because I guess Okay, that's
or should I go back?
Of course. Yeah, you see, you got 12 seconds to select here from different abilities and from different gadgets, but I see that the gadgets are not displayed. So let's do a quick surrender thing here, and you will see that I'm surrendering. I hope that that you win, and go back to the character screen, because you have, of course, to equip first of the abilities and so on. So let's go on the next register. You see this just on the top.
This one.
Yeah, click. Yeah, and then you see you can choose a health potion, for example, yeah, or a smoke bomb. But I would choose a health potion. Really, seriously, health potion. To equip, you have to first select it. Then the other slots are for the abilities. So just hit the other one of the black slots, yeah, and choose one of the abilities. One is an active one, the other is a passive one. So you can just drag and drop. Okay, and now you are fine. I will challenge you once again, super quick. Yeah. So here we go. Oh, not what?
Oh no, I accepted it.
Okay, perfect. Great.
Yes.
Once again, and now you will see that you will be able to choose one of the abilities and one of the gadgets, and there are special rules. You know, like in a typical pen and paper game or turn-based game, you have the ability to choose one ability, like this one. It's perfect. Then everything will be calculated, and you see if you hit the character. Yeah, and of course the main goal is to hit me down to 0. Yeah, and to receive in the end points, rewards, and maybe in some cases also digital asset, which is called also NFT, that you will be owning this. And we have already sounds and already some visual effects, everything optimized for mobile. So you are able to try this out. Currently, you need one of these hero NFTs, which are currently also at something around 10 to 50 ADA if you look at the JPEG store. So it's super easy and nice, and not so expensive to join the alpha. We have tournaments running, and we optimizing the game as best as we can. But the main focus will be, of course, on the dungeon crawler. So this is more a casual turn-based experience. The dungeon crawler will be, of course, real-time and 2 versus 2 experience. Yeah. So that is what is currently going on. The idea behind this is not that you only have, of course, one class. You have different tribes. You have different abilities. Every tribe has different stats, different strength, different perks. So it's really something for people that like to deep dive into RPG games, very nichey. So if you like Dungeons and Dragons, you have also to figure out a lot of stats and so on. So this is currently what Ada Quest is offering to the RPG fans out there. Yeah.
Wonderful. No, I actually I've been a big fan of Ada Quest for a long time, mostly because I know, or to me, it really shows that you know what you're doing, and that you have been developing games like this in the past, because you didn't have a lot of like budget. You're not one of the like super large NFT collections in Cardano yet, but you brought so much to the table. You have an amazing website. You have like your own marketplace in there. You have a game live, or at least the alpha of the game live. It's optimized for mobile, which I'm a big fan of, because as I keep saying, it's very important to build something for the real world and not just for the crypto people. And just the entry barrier is quite low. So this is really impressive, and And I think it's one of the underrated gems in the Cardano space at the moment.
Okay, thank you. I'm a little bit, I'm a little bit sad because I hope that the Safari Apple browser would display this in a better quality. But yeah, so everyone.
Yeah, I'm sorry for that. Next time I'll use Chrome, but maybe we can do another playthrough. But I think it shows, what it looks like. So, yeah.
It's absolutely fine, Patrick. I know that they are waiting a lot of projects, and they like to also show something. So we have not the time to change this. Okay, fine. Vic, you like to ask something?
Yeah, Marcin, I was wondering. So it's optimized for mobile. Is it available, or when will it be available for Android and Apple?
So since we are a web app, then the nice thing about this, since we are on a web app, the nice thing about this, you can run it on really every mobile browser. So It doesn't matter, even if you have a Microsoft telephone, if somebody out there still have a Nokia phone or something like this, we test this also already on this, because it only matters what kind of browser you're running. So it's optimized for Chrome and Safari. This is where we have looked into it. So for Safari mobile browsers, of course, and that's all you need. So it's not a native app like you have to download it before in the App Store or something like this.
Awesome. Thanks, Marcin.
Yep, you're welcome.
And where can people go to find you? More information on that.
You saw already that Patrick showed this. You can start directly on our website, ada-quest.com. Visit our Discord. We are a small, nice community, around 1,000 people on our Discord server. And yeah, we are available. You can ask questions or join us on Twitter or follow us on Twitter. That's the best way to get in touch with us. All you have to do is register on the website and log in, sync your wallet, and then start to play.
Awesome. And you can also see that he has his website on his username, which is very smart. So you guys can see it right there, ada-quest.com, ada-quest.com.
ada-quest.com. Yeah, right.
That's very smart indeed. Yeah, thank you so much, Marcin. It was great talking to you. Thank you for your time. I think, you heard everything that I said. I think it's very impressive. And and thank you so much for everything you've done for the Cardano community and also for the gaming community in Cardano. So really cool.
Thank you for having me. And just everyone else who is watching this, test this or reach out to us. It would be great.
Wonderful.
Thanks, Marcin.
So great. Then next up, I'm going to hurry a little bit because we're behind schedule already. Next up, we actually have Cornucopias, which we are going to switch the order with Goombles, because Cornucopias has a hard stop pretty soon. So we're going to show the teaser and then bring up the Cornucopias guys. Where's the teaser? Perfect. And welcome, Josh, and welcome, Rob. So great to see both of you.
Hey. How you guys doing?
Very good. Yeah, it's been a while since we last spoke, actually. So it's always a pleasure to see you again and talk to you. I know Cornucopias has grown tremendously in the last years, which is incredible. You started off as this small project, and now you're the premier game on Cardano, I would say. So really exciting.
That's nice,
and I'm very happy.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's the truth, right? You're the number one game at the moment in terms of NFT volume, in terms of player base, in terms of everything, which is really, really cool. And also have a huge team behind you. So thanks for taking the time and joining us.
Yeah, of course. Glad to be here. Thank you for the compliment. I would also say that I don't want to ever say that in discount of any of the previous projects or the other gaming projects that are on here, because it's cool. It's good to see what all of these guys are developing, Virtua, Makossi, AdaQuest, some of those other guys that are out there. I can't list them all, but, there's a lot of great projects out there, and the success of all of them is really important for the ecosystem and for
Completely
Web3
agree.
gaming. And so we want to root for everybody out there. We do, because it's we get the privilege of pioneering in the convergence of Web3 and Web2 and AI and gaming and everything that's happening. It's like we get to innovate, and that's enormous. And so we need to do a good job, so we bring people over to Web3 and shatter this myth that it's all scammers in crypto, or there's a lot of traditional gamers out there that struggle with a misperception of what crypto is. And so we view it as a responsibility on our end to really show people what can be done, and that we can really bring value.
That's very exciting. And maybe can you do also the little elevator pitch of what Cornucopias is? Because I think the scope is so big that it's very easy to miss like what you're trying to achieve. Like what is the end goal?
Sure. Rob, do you want to take it? You want me to handle it?
No, you do a good job at the elevator pitch, Josh. You know me, I just waffle.
Cornucopias is a vast open world, an MMORPG with a variety of different activities that you'll be able to participate in as we carry out our vision. It's Web3 enabled, so we do have the NFT based assets, vehicles, for example, that allow you to travel around from different lands, or bubbles and domes that we call them, that each have their own experience for the gamer. So one example of a bubble or a dome would be our next release, our first release, which is the racing dome, that'll also have an outer themed area as well as that. That's like a theme park entrance to the racing, where you fly your NFT into this dome, you park, you go up, you walk through the theme park entrance, which is very much like a Disney feel or a Vegas feel. It's pretty exciting. You showed some of it in the teaser, some of the art from that. And then you go race. You can go get connected with other players from all around the world and race. But that's just one example of a curated experience that we have. Then you could basically fly to another land like Solace. I see pictures of Solace in the background, and Esperanza, where you can do a variety of different activities inside those domes. So it might be in Solace that you decide to walk over to a river and utilize your fishing pack NFT and fish and go fishing in Solace. Or you might build up your land. You might have an NFT property inside of Solace, and you might build up your land and exchange with people in the economy there, raw goods, raw materials, and build up your property, build up your house, do some farming and things of that nature. So yeah, there's a lot of variety. We have a huge vision, and eventually going into custom domes. These are the domes where we're going to empower the community to build and create and see what they can do with the kits that we provide them with.
That was a perfect pitch. I can tell that you've done this many times before, but you're getting me very excited here.
Thanks.
Every week on Sofa Cafe for the last year.
Yeah,
it's different every time for me, but yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I know you sent me some stuff over as well. I'm gonna pull this up in a bit, but maybe sure. Victor, do you want to take it away and ask our guests some question?
Yeah, I mean the quality of the game looks amazing. You kind of covered everything about it's kind of being this metaverse with the bubbles and everything. But I guess I saw something. I made the trailer for Cornucopias, and there's this game mode. It's kind of like a battle mode where there's like guns and there's like defenses. What game mode is that?
Oh, that's Custom Dome. That's a PvP builder kit that's not out yet.
That looks fun.
Yeah, so the custom domes are player owned, and we'll provide building kits, and then you'll be able to build your own experience in there. You could build a PvP experience, you could build an art gallery, you could build a concert, and then it could be NFT gated, and all this functionality is going to come in the future. But those are custom domes.
And what you're seeing there is, because we're launching first with our racing game, we don't want to create the perception that we're only going to be racing. This is a hologram that pops up inside the racing dome, which gives you a taste of what's going to happen in Solace. That's an entire 8 by 8 kilometer map that's already built out that looks like Colorado in the United States, for example, with streams and beautiful aspen trees, things of that nature. Patrick, if you want to fast forward, I could show you, click a little bit further, I could show you a taste of our water technology. I guess the problem is streaming is kind of challenging with this because it's a 4K image, so it's coming through a little choppy, but I think everybody knows that. But what that's showing there is the water technology we've just recently. We always try to update our community with any new progress, and so we're always just adding, trying to improve every aspect of the game. And this is just one area where we did that. David found some really cool. He put together some great technology that enables the water to react as you walk through it. It's reflective. It looks incredibly realistic. And this is all very much due to the power of Unreal Engine 5 and what we've been able to capitalize on. So pretty exciting stuff in this video. I think I gave you another couple videos as well. The tower tour video, which is the next one. If you want to switch over to that, we can show you a little bit more. But you guys lead the way. I just wanted to give you some content to share while we're going.
Yeah, those videos are on our YouTube channel, and if you go into YouTube, you can change the settings. If you change them to 4K, you'll be able to see those videos in really high quality, and it's actual gameplay. It's not simulated. It is.
Yeah, highly recommend change your YouTube settings to 4K because the quality will really come through there. And this is the game menu, so I think it's a pretty amazing looking, great design from our team there on the game menu to get started. And then it launches you into this area here that looks kind of like a theme park or like Vegas, some have said. There's actually sky cars that float around in the sky. There's a monorail that goes around the entire racing dome. You can see one of our characters that we built, which is called the Royal Corn there.
Royal Corn there. Yeah. And then in the background, you'll see the huge walls, and behind the walls we've got 5 racing tracks. So this is part of the Racing Dome Resort. This in itself is 9 kilometers by 9 kilometers, but this area at the front is a lot smaller than that. But the racing track is huge because obviously our NFT vehicles are traveling at 900 miles an hour.
They're very fast. But yeah, this video will give you a good idea of what is the first release, which, to give you guys some perspective, our first release is small compared to the grand vision of what we're trying to do. It's tiny, but it's enormous for us because this first going public for us means we have to have this player account set up, figured out so players can create an account. We have to have the desktop launcher technology built. So the player account is run by our website, and there's a lot of technology behind that to make that work, to make it secure, where you set up your player account that then will launch the desktop launcher where you'll download that and be able to launch the game. So there's 3 critical tech pieces that have to be enabled here for this one launch. And once that occurs, it's going to be a lot easier for us to add content and improve the game and make each new game build better and better as we launch those new game builds from the desktop launcher. So you'll get a reminder, hey, there's a new build available, and you'll go and launch that, and you'll be playing something that has even more content on it. But yeah, so this is an enormous place for us, and everything's coming together right now. We're not too far off from launching to public in the alpha version, of course, early release, early access.
Super exciting. I mean, the quality just speaks for itself. Maybe not the quality with my choppy internet here, but the quality of what I'm seeing on my screen at the moment is really speaking.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the internet is not equipped to handle 4K streaming from a device where you're recording 5 different people or 4 people's video as well at the same time. So it's a challenge, but definitely highly recommend any of you guys that aren't familiar with us, go to our YouTube, change the settings to 4K, and watch some of these gameplay videos that are recent because the quality, it really does come through well that way. and we're pretty proud and thankful for the team we put together.
I've been really wondering about this. Like, how big is the team at the moment? How many people are actually working on Cornucopias?
Combining employees and contractors, we're a little under 50, I think, right now, somewhere around there.
That's very impressive.
Full-time employees, we're more like a little under 28, I think, in terms of a full-time.
Oh, just
31 full-time,
Josh.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alex
that's
came
right.
on board,
That's
so
right.
yeah, he's
You're
number
correct.
31.
But yeah, it's got its own challenges as well. Obviously, managing a team, typically the way things are normally done before the metaverse, before we had all this connectivity and we could share video and do a conversation like this with you halfway around the world, right? Before that, you build your business in an office and you start everywhere. Everybody has to move to Austin, or we all got to move to, in UK to start this. But now we don't have to do that, which is cool. But there's also drawbacks and challenges that come with that too, because you're managing people in many different time zones, and there's timing issues there as well. But it did enable us to put a talented team together without having to migrate people all over the world. So that was kind of cool too.
Yeah. Well, we have people in the UK, in Ireland, in America, Sweden, Thailand, Germany, Denmark,
Oh wow!
Finland,
All the time zones.
South Africa. Yeah, everywhere. Yeah, I mean, yesterday we had Josh and myself had a meeting yesterday with one of our guys in Thailand. So that conversation is somebody in the past, somebody in the present, somebody in the future. Really crazy, these time zones.
Yeah, we experienced a similar thing at NMaker. We had like people really all around the world and still have, and it's very interesting because when everyone in Germany is already done with their work, Victor wakes up basically, and stuff like that. But it's also great because you can just, as a startup, you can bring the best people around the world to your business instead of, as you mentioned, having to relocate everyone. Even though sometimes I miss like the office feeling, like everyone being in the same building, working, being able to look over the shoulders of someone. That's also really, really cool, of course.
Yeah,
I think that definitely is the case. And we're aware of teams working remote and isolated, and we have a mental health team that we set up a few months ago, and we do lots of checkups with our team. But yeah, it definitely is a challenge with the isolation.
Some of the younger, it's not even just the younger, but like there's people on our team that might have come just right out of college or something, or and that's a time period in life typically where you have a greater desire for social interaction and community. And when you're just working from home all day and your only interaction is via a video, there are challenges there for sure. And so we're trying to look at the health of our team and our culture around some of this spread out problem that we have. We're also looking at having some physical locations as well in the future where we can concentrate more. But there's some interesting challenges with the metaverse based business model that emerged from COVID, and there's no perfect solution. We've definitely found a productive one that works for us. But that being said, there's drawbacks and problems to solve with it as well.
We have a couple of kind of meetups, and we're definitely looking forward, to the community meetups as well. As when we come over to like Consensus and Rare Revo and CNF, especially I can't remember its new name.
I think.
Yeah, I think we took 11 team members last year to that event. It was amazing. This year, it's going to be incredible. We've got a lot of new stuff that we're gonna share there. But
come on.
Josh looked a bit worried.
That's
there.
okay.
No leaks.
It's a little bit off topic, but I've been wondering, what do you think about the whole VR topic? Like, is that something that you're actively planning for at the moment? Is that something you have on your?
Well, we don't have to actively. We've somewhat already planned for it in the sense that with the bubbles, and this was somewhat on accident as well, but with our bubble design, what that allows us to do is it makes the game more performant, because once you get there, there's a parking experience where you create a game load then and there. So you're not loading the entire world of Cornucopias. Well, what that also means is if you fly to a custom or a Cornucopias curated VR dome, we can test that way. So we can just build out a dome and start testing VR without it affecting any of the other bubbles or domes in our realm. We can test out VR. And so that's kind of cool.
That's very smart.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Yeah. The infrastructure, it's so early, even though Apple just launched something, and that's going to expedite, it's going to accelerate, just like you see with AI. There's a massive acceleration of releases just because of ChatGPT. Everybody in there, it's like all of the other big companies that are working on it, they're like, oh, quick, we got to launch something, so that everybody's pushing it out. But I think you'll see a similar type thing happen with VR tech. Apple has definitely accelerated that for everyone, and they'll probably create a very positive experience. And yeah, we'll be testing, and we'll be a part of that for sure, without a doubt.
Incredible. I'm very excited for that. I'm a big
not when
VR...
Apple launches it, but it's in our plan.
Of course not. Yeah. But it's coming, and it feels like there's a convergence of technologies right now that all lead to this concept of the metaverse. With VR happening, with AI coming in and allowing more realistic experiences with NPCs, for example, and also with more automatically generated content. And then the blockchain, of course, to give ownership over these digital pieces, basically these digital assets in the virtual space. And then also, game streaming, where you can suddenly have huge worlds and not require incredible hardware to play on them. And all of this is happening in parallel, and that's really like shaping up to produce some sort of cool metaverse-like-ish outcome, I think.
You're right.
Yeah, I mean, I think all that is coming, and we're definitely, we have a strong research team as well. So we're working on a couple of the things that you were talking about there. I think we're in the middle of this transition at the moment from Web 2 to probably to Web 3 is the full metaverse. We're probably at Web 2.5 at the moment until everything catches up, and like you say, VR, and then maybe the real like the iPhones, where you actually replace your physical eye with like VR. Maybe
Neuralink,
in a decade
basically,
or so from now. But I mean,
oh boy,
yeah. But we're still very early. Blockchain's early, Web 3's early. This metaverse is definitely very early. But it's good to be in these things early.
Yeah, that's what we like to be.
Yeah, I know you have a meeting in 1 minute, so I'm not going to keep you up too long, but I really appreciate you coming here and telling us a little bit about Cornucopias. Huge project, great success, and it's just, the quality is just incredible. So I'm very excited for what you're building, and I can't wait to actually dive into it.
Thank you. Well, one thing you could dive into right now, and for anybody watching, is the player account. So you can go to cornucopias.io/register, and you can create your player account, and you'll be able to add your Web3 wallet. I would say I'm so proud of our team there. It's a very easy experience. You can click on account there and do it on the top right. And basically you sign in or register right there with your email and get that process going. It walks you through the entire thing. You'll connect your Web3 wallet, set up double authentication for your account if you want to do that. You don't have to create your Web3 wallet for those that are, Web 2 and they don't want to do it. There's a skip button. You skip past it, but you'll be able to see all your NFTs after you've done that, your Cornucopias NFTs and things like that. So this is just a start to getting you into the game. But yeah, if you haven't done this yet, please go out and register. And thank you so much, Patrick and Vic, for having us on today. We really appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks very much. And I can see in the chat is flooded with Corn community. So hello there, everyone. Thanks for joining.
Great projects. You guys are doing a lot for the space by doing this. So thank you. And all those other projects, like props to you guys. You're building so many people building in the bear here on Cardano, and it's a great way to lead and bring people over. So thanks again, guys.
Thank you. Have a great rest of the day, and goodbye.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Wow. So we're only 15 minutes behind schedule. I think that's fine. And next up, we actually have one of the really exciting games in Cardano at the moment as well, which has been pushing out NFT drop and then just delivering. So I'm very excited for that as well. Do I have the teaser? That's a very good question. I do not have the teaser, unfortunately. But next up, we have Goombles, and I'm gonna bring Farmanesh right up on stage right now. Welcome.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Yeah.
Thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
Thanks for joining. It's super exciting to finally speak to you again. We spoke first at Rare Evo, if you can remember. But yeah, it's been really a journey since then. Like you did so much. You launched the NFT collection, which was a huge success. You keep pushing out updates for Goombles, and you've been just also pushing the marketing drum a lot, which is really impressive. So thanks for joining.
Yeah, definitely, and appreciate that. We did have a good chat at Rare Evo, and yeah, right now we're actually kind of laying low on the marketing side, right? While we're building, we're giving like regular updates, dev updates, cool little sneak peeks and stuff. We actually just gave 2 in a row the last 2 days, so right now it's build o'clock, and that's what we're doing.
That sounds good. I just pulled up your website here as well, and I know you sent me some stuff. I'm not sure if we can actually play it because I'm on a Mac, and I think you sent me the PC build. Maybe Victor, are you on a PC right now?
Yeah, I am on a PC.
Okay, maybe we can try it like that.
Can I play it? Because
you can play it. That's even better.
Everyone in the audience, I wanted to, because we just had our play test, right? We had a live play test. And we got some feedback from the community, and I was like, you know what? Let's just play a level and show you guys the game. So,
yeah, absolutely. Let's do that in a bit. But before we get to the playing part, which is the exciting part, please give us the elevator pitch. What is Goombles?
Definitely. So Goombles is a 3D tower defense game on the Cardano blockchain. We're built for PC and mobile, right? So you're going to be able to play on different platforms. And while most Web3 games, they focus on like staking and renting your NFTs, things like that, Goombles is using blockchain as the icing on the cake, is what we like to call it. So rather than making it necessary to actually enjoy the game, we're making it as kind of like an additive. And basically, if you're a fan of tower defense, you're going to love Goombles because we have a big like kind of spin and a unique mechanic. And that is we have a movable tower, right? Which is going to be a mech. So basically, you're going to be defending your bases. Enemies are going to be coming from all directions, and you're going to have this this mech that you're going to be able to walk around. You're going to have to basically strategically put it in different places. You don't know, should I spend my money on this? Should I build my tower here? So it's going to be fast paced. And right now, our prototype, which we're going to be playing, is single player. But the ultimate goal of Goombles is we want to make it like a group experience, right? So whether you're, you and your 3 friends are fighting like a giant candy boss that's coming at your tower and you guys are all working together, or possibly maybe you guys have a clan and you need to you're fighting another clan, kind of like in Clash Royale or Clash of Clans games like that. We want to basically make Goombles like a group experience in the future once we get our multiplayer online.
That's very exciting. So to recap, basically you have a tower defense game, but you combine it with like a hero as well, where you can move the hero around and you have to reposition it based on the waves that are coming.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Really cool. Really cool. I'm a big fan of Warcraft, but also of some tower defense games like what was it called with the monkeys? So I'm
Bloons.
Definitely very Bloons. Yeah, exactly. Bloons is like the only mobile game that I ever play.
Yeah, it's fun.
So very exciting. Yeah, maybe let's jump right into it. You can try sharing your screen. I think there should be a button somewhere.
I'm gonna turn my video off. Maybe you should do it, Patrick. So maybe it'll improve the quality.
Okay, I will try to.
Okay, and then just a heads up, guys. This is I'm gonna turn my camera off too.
The quality is really bad, unfortunately.
Hello.
Didn't do anything.
Yeah. You're still there? We can still hear
no.
Yeah, you're still here. Just the quality looks pretty bad. It's just the streaming.
Okay. Well, this may pose to be a problem because my whole screen is frozen right now.
Oh, okay.
Okay, then let's turn
one
off
sec.
the streaming part. Okay, disconnected. Let's turn on the camera again. Yeah, I have to say, it's sometimes difficult to stream stuff here. Okay, I'm gonna re-add Farm and Ash. I'm gonna try at least.
Okay, I think you have to select my screen.
Mhm.
Cool. All right, we're in. So sorry guys, it's a super early build. Don't mind these graphics here, but this is going to be our prototype, and this is what we actually had players give some feedback on. So this guy right here is Gumford. He's kind of like the elder of the town, and basically he's the one that's gonna lead the Goombles basically and help them defend against the Sour. So everything in this world is candy themed. You can see here's kind of like an early mock-up for what a level could look like. We have a very, very like 3D type of tower defense graphics. Balloons, which is probably the most popular game, is more of like 2D. So what we're going to do is actually place our tower here, which is our mech. And you can see when I click on him, the camera moves and everything. So we can actually move him across the map. And I'm going to do double speed just because, we're trying to get through this here. So as enemies come, basically the mech's going to shoot them. And this is obviously level 1 in the tutorial. So things are pretty easy. Now that we completed our wave, we're going to get a little bit of info here, and we're going to keep going. Now, you can see enemies are coming from 2 directions, right? And Gumford is he needs some help. So we're going to put our mech over here, and then we're going to put our gunball machine over here. And just like that, we are killing enemies from both directions. Now, it looks like we do need a little bit of an upgrade because they're getting a bit close. So I'm going to spend some of my money, and then you can see now my tower is a bit more bulky now that it's level 4. And yeah. So it looks like we've successfully defended against the Sour for now. And lastly, we're going to go to wave 3. So maybe we could chat a bit about the game or any questions you guys have, and I'll just be playing this in the background.
Yeah, please go ahead. It looks really nice. Of course, it's an early build, so I'm sure a lot of things will change. But it's really cool that you've actually already built so much this shortly after launching your NFTs, and I think that was very important to you as well, that you don't just talk but actually deliver, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so this prototype here, it was actually being developed like before we even sold any NFTs, but
nice.
It wasn't in like a playable state. It wasn't something we wanted to say like, hey, here's the concept of what you guys can expect in the future.
Mhm.
But now we're kind of ready to just say like, all right, this is what the game is probably going to look like in the future. Of course, we're going to have a complete like graphics rehaul. Everything is going to look a bit different. But you kind of understand the elevation, you understand the gameplay mechanics, and all that type of stuff.
Mhm. So I'm wondering about your team a little bit. So I assume you have a few people working on this. So how big is your team at the moment? What are the roles in the team? What's your job basically? Are you programming as well, or are you having someone else program and you basically are the game designer? How does that work basically?
Yeah, absolutely. And then before I answer that real quick, you can see a cool mechanic is when he shoots the bomb, it actually stuns the tower. So it makes for some like unique interactions. Should I use a long range tower, short range, things in that nature. But regarding the Goombles team, so as of right now, it's I'm really a one-man army. One thing that I'm doing is basically managing the community, all the social media accounts, literally like thinking of what features can go in the game, and what's important to basically showcase to the players, and finding market research and things like that. And so this prototype here was actually being developed by 2 indie game devs, and they did a really cool job. But since now we have funding post-mint, we have since expanded the team. It's not something that we've publicly stated actually at this time, but we have had more hands and more brains kind of on Goombles working on it. But we want to make sure that we have all of the contracts and everything signed in time. So we're not really going to talk about that or like reveal who we're working with at this time. But there are more than 2 devs working on the project now, which I'm happy to say.
That's great. Awesome. That's really good. And you're building it in Unity, right?
Correct.
Okay, nice. I'm a big Unity fan, as you can probably tell from what I said earlier about Unity. That's really cool. And that also opens up a lot of possibilities for just porting it to, you know, mobile and making it as accessible as possible, of course.
Definitely. Everything that we're building, like, we're keeping in mind. So right now we're playing on PC, but when it comes to like mobile builds, the hardware is a lot I guess less powerful. So it's like we need to build this with mobile in mind first, and that's why Unity is really good.
Makes sense.
Absolutely. Yeah, Victor, what are your thoughts? Are you excited?
I like the style that you've chosen. I mean, your website looks phenomenal. Like, just the style is so appealing, and it makes you want to play. And then, like, the candies and everything, it looks just so much fun. And I love that you can move these characters around. I haven't played too many tower defense games, but from the ones that I played, like, you can't really move them, especially like this. Like, it's a living character. And I do have a question. So you have a level, and of course it says question mark now. It's probably because it's an early stage, but can you describe these leveling systems for these towers?
Definitely. So I'm gonna sell. Well, I actually just finished the level, so why don't we go into the next one, and then I'll kind of explain while we play. So here is just kind of an idea of like how we're gonna map out this level. There's a lot of placeholder assets as you could see, but when it comes to leveling, let me get here. We'll use the laser pop, for example, right? So this is a new tower that we just unlocked. This one basically fires a laser at enemies. It's not the strongest, so it may be a bit tough to beat this round. But basically, each tower is going to have 2 different paths, and each one's going to be specific for a certain type of enemy, right? So we're going to do basically the multi-hit path. And now you can see we're firing like a bunch of different lasers at these enemies. And this one is supposed to be good for like area of effect and hitting multiple enemies at a time rather than having like a concentrated beam. So every time I kill an enemy, I'm getting that this gold here in the top, and I'm basically going to have to decide like what's the best way to spend it in order to defeat the enemies before they get to my base. And then we're going to speed it up too, just to make it a little more crazy. Aside from upgrades, as you play games in Goombles, you're going to be able to further upgrade your towers, which I can actually show you right now. And that's going to be done through a skill tree. We're super basic right now, but I'll give you kind of a rundown of how it will work. So, you know, you're going to be able to pick things and basically like build a tower how you want to build it, right? You're going to be able to play in a style that you like. So, you know, you get this one, and so on.
Looks very good. I had a question of a little bit of a different sort. You know, you're very vocal on Twitter also about this whole concept of building games for gamers instead of just Web3 people, and also not focusing on the staking mechanics and stuff like that, but actually focusing on the play, right, on the actual game. And to me, the critical question for like all the Web3 games at the moment is like, what is your go-to-market strategy? How are you actually getting your audience? Because I know, of course, a lot of people know Goombles, a lot of people know you, and those will be players, but they're probably not the ones that you want to reach, because you want to build something which, you know, everyone can enjoy. So how are you thinking about this? How are you gonna get people that maybe never touched crypto before to play your game?
Yeah. So the go-to-market strategy is a bit more complicated, but I'll talk about how we're going to get Web2 players. just in general, and that is just don't shove Web3 in their face, right? Make it optional rather than a must, right? Don't make them open a wallet before they can even play the game. It's just there's so much friction, and especially like with the complex seed phrase and things like that. Like nowadays, people just wanna open the app and go, and basically we just need to allow them to do that. So when it comes to the actual kind of go-to-market strategy, we are more of an indie project, so we're probably going to have a lot of like a big social media push, tournaments, prize pools, things like that. And then of course, we have a decent following on Twitter, which will help us spread the word out. So at this time, more focused on, hey, let's do some market research, figure out what our best chance of making a great game and coming at the market in a unique way. And then once our game is ready, then we're going to kind of focus on showing it to people. Because if you show this to Web2 gamers, they're going to say, okay, it's cool, but like it doesn't compare to the other Web2 games. So we do have a lot of work ahead of us to make this graphic style and gameplay good enough to actually be in the market.
And what exactly is the role of the NFTs then in the game? Like what are you buying when you buy an NFT?
Yeah. So currently there's we have 5,000 Goombles out. It's half of our collection, which is going to be 10,000. And right now Goombles act as like an all access pass, right? So think of it as like a battle pass in Fortnite, but you're going to be able to keep it basically as long as you hold an NFT. So you'll get every like new season or new time, you'll get all the skins that are available, all the perks. You'll get bonuses after games that other people would normally have to, like, let's say, watch an ad for or do other things, as well as like exclusive cosmetics and like if you have a player profile, you'll be able to have unique, like let's say a banner or something in that nature. So further developments, right, is if we ever want to implement like a prize pool system, we could have a holders only prize pool. So there's a lot of different things, and Goombles are basically going to be your pass to experience everything in the ecosystem. And you'll be able to earn off-chain and on-chain items, right? So a lot of people in Web3 are super interested in earning these on-chain items.
Yeah, that's my big question is the on-chain and option. I'm really happy that you said that you're going to offer both options for people who don't even care or even know how to use on-chain stuff. So just allowing people to play games and so could you trade? You said you can earn off-chain stuff. Would you be able to trade that in the central way, or is that only through the on-chain?
Now, you'll probably not be able to trade off-chain items, and the reason is we want to make sure that the NFTs they're like, I'll say, more rare in some cases. So if I have a common like cosmetic or consumable item or something, usually no one's going to want to trade that with me, right? Everyone can get the common ones. But maybe if you have a rare one, you'll want to trade it with some people or use it for a certain thing. So you can expect that the holders will probably get a lot of the rarest items, especially if they're playing more than your average person.
Yeah, so it's really increasing the value of the NFTs, but also encouraging people to get into Web3 by seeing all this trading. And also, so would there be like a marketplace on your website for all this to happen?
Yeah, so this is actually a complicated question, right? And this is something that it's really we want to put the marketplace in game, but we're not
Yeah.
sure exactly if Apple or whoever is going to allow us to do that or kick us off the App Store. So we want to do whatever is complying with laws and regulations. But the ideal goal, right, is to have everything tradable in game or excuse me, and on our website. So you can do either.
Yeah, that's a big one, especially with what's going on with Damus. I'm sure you guys have heard about that. So it's just a lot of rules and stuff you have to abide by. But yeah, I mean, I'd be happy it being on the website, but of course you want to keep people in the game as much as possible. So yeah, that'd be a great option if that can happen. But like again, I love the look of this. I love like these candies are flying around and like this whole world that you're building here. And like I would love to learn more. You said there's mini games that they're all kind of like entwined together. So like if I play a mini game, because the base game is this base defense game, right?
Yeah, mini games are just for fun. They don't have any
Okay.
effect on anything, and they're
Oh,
for
so you
like
can't like.
prizes. You know.
Oh, you can get prizes, but you can't. Can you earn coins in the mini games?
No.
Okay.
No.
Just prizes.
We're fully focused on developing Goomble Sugar Clash, which is the game you're looking at right now, or at least in its early stage right now.
I like that name. Like I said, I love the branding, Sugar Clash, and like this whole candy thing is awesome. But hey, man, I love it.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Patrick, do you have anything?
Yeah, I was just actually trying to find the unmute button, but no, I completely agree with Victor with everything he said. I really like your approach to branding and also to oh yeah, let's turn on the camera again. There we are, and also in terms of onboarding, Web2 users, that's very important. In general, I think if you build something for the Web2 world and then maybe you even use the Apple Pay, etc., systems that they have to purchase items in their way, but then you just offer people to take those items and put them outside into the Web3 space, into a wallet. You basically give them a whole new world to discover once they're more into the game, and that's really the approach that I feel like you are taking, which is super strong.
Yeah, and I think the secret is don't even call it a wallet, right? So gamers, we love to get our inventory, right? We got like our cosmetics, our consumables, all that stuff. So don't, like, for the games, I would say don't even call it a wallet, right? Just call it your inventory. And then,
True.
hey, once I'm ready to use some on-chain capabilities, boom, it's already in my inventory.
Someone should make a wallet which is called inventory and just brand it in terms of gaming. I think that's actually a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need
Cool,
more game
then-
specific stuff, honestly, like in Web3, just focus on gaming.
Completely agree. Yeah, then I want to thank you again for showing us all of this and talking to us. Are there any last words, any very important things that you want all the viewers to take away?
Yeah, definitely. So thank you, Patrick and Vic, for having me. Really, really appreciate it. And guys, if you do want to support Goombles, the best thing you could do is just give us a follow on Twitter and come say what's up in the Discord. You don't have to own a Goomble to be part of the community. And if you really want to support us, then you can get a Goomble on JPEG Store. And like I said, it'll be basically your all access pass to everything. And if you do play the game, you're going to get the coolest and rarest items, most likely before all the players get into the game, right? So if you want to get those rare CSGO skins that are now going for crazy amounts and everything, no, you didn't get those 10 years into the game, right? The rarest skins are the ones that are super collectible and early and things like that. So other than that, guys, just play more Web3 games. There's so many cool games that are actually developing, and pick up the controller, keyboard, whatever you do, and just enjoy yourself and actually check out the games that are going to be onboarding people to these Web3 ecosystems.
Exciting. Thank you very much, and have a great rest of the day.
Peace, everybody. Thank you.
Wonderful. We had so many great guests already. I'm going to put in the schedule again. So we've seen Virtua, we've seen Makossi Planet, we've seen Future Fest, we've seen AdaQuest, we've seen Goombles and Cornucopias. And now we have Cardano Warriors next up, which I don't know about you, Victor, but for me is just one of these games that I think is so good. Everything that they put out just fits so well and is so well thought out, and I really love it. I really think it's one of the gems that we have in Cardano right now, which is across all chains just spectacular with a super strong team behind it as well. And yeah, I can't wait for our next guest.
Yeah, I agree.
Cool.
I'm excited.
Then this time I actually have the clip again. So I'm going to roll the clip and then we're going to bring Thiago up and talk to him about Cardano Warriors. Nice. Welcome. So good to see you again.
Yeah, how are you doing, guys? Great day to talk about games on Cardano. A lot of cool comments on the gaming scene and gaming strategies.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, we really have a lot of like strong games at this point, which is surprising when you think about how we started off at the beginning. No one was building any games, and I think you were actually one of the probably
Yeah.
earliest projects that were serious about building something.
Yeah.
And the fact that you're still here and still delivering on the same like continuity level is mind-blowing, because
Yeah.
really you've just been pushing and pushing and pushing and not stopping.
I think we were on between the 10 first mints, and I think, if I'm wrong, please tell me, but I think we are on the amongst of the mints that were about being a game since the beginning, you know. And it's already 2 years 2 years in development, and it's like, man, 2 years. Then we are approaching the bear market. We need to cross it and keep pushing. And
Yep.
it was crazy to note that we are already at 2 years developing this product, thinking about how we will innovate this industry, because it's very challenging, and our product reflected a bit this change, because we started like, okay, let's build something on the lines of Axie Infinite, and then I joined the team a few weeks later, the launch, and hey, let's start thinking a bit better how things are playing out, and put a step back and see what's going on, trying to understand and trying to see what's the best way to achieve sustainability, because this was a thing that it damaged a lot our our ecosystem, right? People just was deploying a gamification of the DeFi, basically, and this is not attractive for games, for sure.
I couldn't agree more with you there. The whole topic sustainability and sustainable business models is something that the whole like crypto scene has to fight with, I think, because if you start a project in the bull market, you can sell everything. It's so easy to make money, and you don't have to really think about if it actually makes sense what you're doing. And that's why we have so many shitty projects and why we have so many clones of each other. And if you really think about it, there's not that many projects that are actually being used by normal people, by regular people who maybe don't care about blockchain that much. And in comparison, we have a lot of shitcoins. We have a lot of like random DeFi stuff that in many cases doesn't make a lot of sense, and so on. So I'm always a big fan of projects that think about sustainability from the beginning and really how to create something long term.
Yeah, we are looking to this from a very basic and trying to look for the fundamentals of the economics approach. For example, we decided that we would like to go for a more transaction-based approach on the product. So we want to explore more organic sales, trading on the secondary markets, integrating with a lot of other projects, and so on.
And, I was gonna say, what's, if you can describe kind of like what is the game? How would you best describe the game? What kind of gaming modes do you have?
Okay, so Cardano Warriors, it started like this idea of an X Infinity, but then we realized, okay, we have like this RPG collection, and we decided to go with single player RPG at the beginning, but over time the sentiment changed, and we put we hit the hammer on the final stage, that would be like a MMORPG immersed in a metaverse, in a 2D metaverse. But we want to be careful to not mix things. So we want to have the MMORPG lore, in one place, and the metaverse experience with different strategies in another direction, more on the inclined to be on the islands that the users own. So that's it. We plan to have mini games inside, but we have the MMORPG that has his own lore, and it's separate from the other side of the Cardano Warriors.
And what on these islands, like each person has an island. I'm almost looking at a website that you have like towers and you have like little pets and like mushrooms and a bunch of cool, and this thing called Stardust. And how do all these like items play a role?
So basically, the Stardust bring this different interactions, but more on the skin side. Every item that you're seeing that has a custom design will have the means to be produced in game, but with different designs. It's just basically, this is our game items that we are building and having ideas around, but you'll be able to build that in game, but of different look and feel. And that's why we are approaching the sales of skins and hair items to a way to create like a sustainable monetization for the platform. And yeah, that's how we are thinking. By the way, the game is free to play. Okay. You don't need to have a wallet. You can just log in with your Google account or Discord. We want to deliver this experience where the gamer does not need to pay before he tries to the platform, the gaming. If you check out our inventory, that was one of our first releases. Let me see. I can share the screen here.
I can also try playing it actually if I open it in my Brave browser. If you give me a minute.
Yeah, you can. We can join and try to play this island here.
Yeah, send me a link.
NFT BNL on Time Attack. You can go to anyone that's following this stream can try. Just a small warning that the multiplayer build was released like 2 or 3 weeks ago, so we're still refining.
Let's close this one. Open this one up.
Here's the link. NFT São Paulo Bienal, NFT SP Bienal. We are at the event. At the event. If you guys would like to check the our Twitter, we saw that it was a great event of NFTs here in Brazil. 8,000 people attended, proving that Brazil is the second largest NFT market in the world. So to me, it was really great to have this experience. Yeah, you can see me. And,
there you are.
Yeah, we can just explore before activating the time attack mode. Basically, this game was built to create a certain engagement with Farmer Nash, and also to our user base. Farmer was sent a message to us, hey, let's create something, and yeah, I'm up. Let's do it. And we created this in like 4 weeks. Released the web page, everything, just to have like the first try of what we are building, because most of things that we are building was on the back end side, creating APIs, Cardano functions, and etc.
And how many players can you have at once right now? So you and Patrick are playing, but how many people can you have?
Yeah, you can have like a lot of.
A lot. Just a lot.
Yeah.
How do I get over this?
Yeah, man, you need to run there is a shift. You press
shift. Okay.
And jump. It's way easier if you're using this.
If I'm using what?
A joystick.
Oh.
If you're
now
trying, if you're trying on your keyboard, you have a hard time. This other jump here, it's even more harder because you need
to. My god, this is really hard.
Yeah, it's hard.
I really suck.
So yeah, you can jump, but it's really hard to make this jump.
Oh my god. Not that bad at video games, I think.
So basically, So basically, let me share my screen here.
Go for it.
Confused. What's the screen I'm sharing? Okay, this one maybe. Okay. Yeah. So this So this is basically how you finish this dungeon. I would try. My computer is also not helping. And if you finish, you receive Stardust in your account later. We'll do this drop for the ones that connect to this or Time Attack, finish the NFT São Paulo Bienal. We'll be receiving a Stardust to try the platform. You can connect with your Google or Discord. Don't need to connect a wallet. Okay, here we go. And that's it. You need to find this flag here, but just record your time during the phase. So, yeah.
Even you are having troubles.
There's some guys that they're really fast. I can't understand how fast they are. Yeah. And by the way, I think because I transmitting or I sharing my screen, my computer is lagging.
That's okay. Yeah. Then let's stop the screen sharing again, and I'll go back to my screen.
Yeah, if you check out the inventory option in the website, go to Cardano Warriors main website.
Yeah.
Let me close my
inventory.
Yeah, and you notice that we have on-chain and off-chain items. That same idea. Stardust is an off-chain item. So you really don't need to have a wallet to experience the minting process. Yeah, I will share my screen again. Sorry.
Sure. Yeah, I have a few Cardano Warriors NFTs, but I have them in a different wallet, so I can't really show you anything.
Yeah. So these are my items. I already minted. So I don't have any more items to mint here. I have this non-mintable items. Those items will be attached to the islands in the metadata. So we are going for the CP68 implementation. And you'll be able to create a more exclusive islands over time, because during the game we'll be releasing different seasons, and different seasons will allow to create a different environment. One of the ideas of being this open world metaverse is that we can generate a lot of diversity. But today, this on-chain and off-chain items is very Web3 oriented. We want to like Farmer was pointing, we don't want to confuse the users. And if you connect a wallet, we will show this different categories for you to understand. But probably if you are talking about exclusively bringing Web2 users, we need to create blockchain abstraction and carry the education over time with this user so he can understand a bit better what he's doing. Today, we already implement like the multi-sig, multi-policy minting on our side. So you can mint in one transaction 64 NFT. So you can open a lot of Stardusts and just to mint the items on the go. We already developed a lot of content of the game. You can check our Git book. There's a lot of information here about the world builder. The world builder was one of the first things we deliver after we release our islands. This is something very important to us. Deliver first, ask later. So this is our approach. So every time we try to sell anything more, we are delivering more stuff to our community to keep at least showing the progress and what we are building on. So when we were able to buy your islands, when we released the island map, you already was able to use that NFT and build something on top.
Great, very impressive, and I like this. I like this way that you structure it between off-chain and on-chain items, and that you can basically convert the Stardusts into something which is on-chain. That makes a lot of sense, in my opinion. I mean, for you, the same question just applies that I asked all the other projects, which is really about like how do you get the Web2 people to actually start playing your game? Is that a goal of yours, or do you want to focus exclusively at the beginning, at least, on Web3 and making like a good experience for the Cardano community?
Yeah, this is like a complicated question because it's a balance between satisfying the Web3 customer, but thinking long term to expand the product. So there is this idea of, okay, we need to at least at first to be like a fun game. Okay, there is no question, that's all about it, having fun. But at the same time, in order for us to cross this bridge, we need to think about Web 2.5, blockchain abstraction, and education about Web 3. Because look, our ecosystem is very complicated. You can't do like 300 steps to start playing a game, and that's the feeling of blockchain games. So there is a key decision process behind our product. That's, for example, we don't want to put a token during the gameplay. It's completely free to play, and I think that's how we will achieve like mass adoption and bringing the Web2 gamers and letting them be comfortable understanding a bit more about Web3. That's why we had to position ourselves like a metaverse on the other hand, because metaverse extend the idea of what can be done to address several challenges, and education is one of them. If you check out our island map, you'll notice that we have like this island here that's a bit different, and this is Lace Island. And on this island, we want to educate the user about Web3. So you can check here and just be able to do it. By the way, we are developing, but there is this dungeon here. Okay, here we go. And basically you want to explain about what are seed phrases, right?
So you're bringing in like an educational part into the game as well.
Exactly.
That's very cool. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
But very important, this education part is when the user is on the exploration of the metaverse mode. So he's not engaging anymore in trying to game. So he's more on the mindset change a bit. Okay, let me explore. And when you enter this mindset, it's like, oh, what can I learn during this period that I'm exploring this universe? And that's the idea, to be there for the users when they feel comfortable to explore a mechanics. So yeah, this is how we plan to build a product, a platform, and still bring the adoption. I feel that it's our responsibility as Web3 developers to create a place where people can learn more about our ecosystem, but without interfering in the gameplay experience. That's why the metaverse to me is important, being part of this context.
Great. Yeah. So we're almost at the end again of our time together, but I just want to ask you, like, what is the one thing that we should take away from Cardano Warriors? What is the one thing that the listeners should know after watching you speak?
Sorry, can you ask again?
So if you had to, like, everyone who's watching should know at the end one thing about Cardano Warriors, like, why should they care about Cardano Warriors? What is that? What is like the biggest selling point? So
look, man, it's basically what we are seeing on this video now.
Mm-hmm.
People having fun, experience the product. This was a great event because we had the opportunity to see that.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to be this bridge for adoption. We want to create tools that educate, that are easy to at least put your first foot on the ground and trying to understand what we are building as a Web3 community and how Web3 can change society, basically. And we can do this having fun and educating people at the same time.
That's wonderful. That's the best answer you could have given. Given having fun is the most important part in gaming and in playing and probably in life. So I'm very much for this message and very happy that you're building on Cardano.
Yeah, it was a great event, guys.
Cool. Thank you so much for your time, and have a great rest of the evening.
Thanks,
See you guys. It was a pleasure.
See you. So, Victor, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, just in general, like, it's just great to see like all these projects like building on here, like and the passion they have behind all their projects. And I mean, I know right now, like, it's a bear market, but just like Goombles said early on, like, it's build time, right? So Cardano Warriors has been here for so long, and they continue to keep building and pushing out. So glad I still see them around and being in Cardano.
Absolutely, I completely agree. And yeah, I'm almost like overloaded with all the information that we just had. There's so many great projects, and they all do so different things, and all these builders going in different directions. That's really what it's about, right? We have one last project coming up, which is actually our own project, Rogue Galaxies, which you probably all heard of. The thing is, we have a pre-recorded video for it and like a whole game playthrough and so on. But I'm having trouble loading it here into Retool and streaming it to you. So we'll have to figure out a solution to do that. I'm gonna try again in a few seconds.
Yeah, you could also just, if you have the video on your computer, just screen share
I'm gonna do that. The problem is then we don't have any sound, and we want to hear Eve's great voice. Okay. Maybe I'm still just gonna screen share, and we're gonna talk a little bit about Rogue Galaxies, and then we'll just share the video later as well as a separate YouTube video as well. So then let me open this up, bring it here, and then share this tab. Okay. Whoops, quality as expected. Actually, okay, now it's getting better. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, it's actually
looks good.
Okay, cool. But you can't hear any voice, so I'm just gonna talk over Eve. Imagine Eve, lead developer of Rogue Galaxies, explaining to you all the intricacies of why a rock is placed at the position where it's placed, and all the level design decisions and so on. We're just gonna skip all of that and just talk a little bit about maybe the story of NMaker and Rogue Galaxies and NMaker games and how it has all evolved while watching this nice gameplay here. So for the ones that don't know, when we first started NMaker, we were all extremely excited, of course, about the opportunity of having Web3 in video games, and we still are. Video games are, a way to onboard the masses. They're fun, they're great, they're perfect use cases for NFTs because there's not a lot of regulation that you have to think about. It's not like real estate or any of these like difficult use cases, but instead it's just an entertainment piece where you can actually say, okay, look, here we can do something with NFTs and with Web3, and we can actually make the life of the players better. And that's why we wanted to get into gaming very early on. And so what we did is we said, okay, let's build a game ourselves. Let's build Rogue Galaxies. I have these good friends, Eve and Robin, and Peter, of course, who was there with us at the beginning of NMaker. And we've known each other for a few years. And then I came to them and said, okay, look, do you want to build a video game with us? And then we set out to do. And actually, the first video game that we built was not Rogue Galaxies, but it was the Ada Ninjas game. So the Ada Ninjas, or now Danketsu video game, where it's like a top-down hack and slash, which is really cool, and which is actually one of the first video games that were ever out there on Cardano, which were playable and actually of high quality. And then we said, okay, what's the next adventure? What is what we really want to achieve? And we said, okay, Rogue Galaxies could be the thing. Let's build a game that is actually just like the dream game, like a sci-fi MMO RPG. Let's make the vision really big, and let's go on this journey together with the community to create something which is typically not that easily achievable with non AAA publishers. And to do so, we set up a company. We brought everyone on board. We put some funding in from NMaker's side. We launched an NFT collection, and then we realized, okay, no one really cares about the game anymore because we've been kind of into the bear market already. There's not a lot of hype going on at the moment. And basically the collection didn't sell out, not at all. It didn't even sell out like 30%, I think. And then we were standing there and saying, okay, this is really a problem for us because, of course, the vision of Rogue Galaxies is huge and we want to build this amazing game. And we can't deliver this like huge game with the funding that we've got from NMaker, of course, but also with the funds from the NFT sale. If no NFTs get sold, you don't have any ADA to pay anyone. And then we said, okay, let's cut down the scope of the game a little bit because we have this amazing team and we are able to build something really cool. And let's build a vertical slice of the game to really capture the atmosphere, capture the plan and what it could be in the future, and make sure that people understand what we want to achieve with it. And that's what we've done. We've put more of our own capital into it, and we've built this vertical slice that you can see here on the screen right now of Rogue Galaxies. And basically, yeah, you can play it. You can fly around in a spaceship. You can go through quests. You see like multiple different things there, and we're gonna release that very soon. So we're gonna release that actually this week, and you can call me up on, or what do you call it in English? I don't know actually. You can nail me down on this number. Like this week, we're going to release Rogue Galaxies, the vertical slice, available to all holders of Rogue Galaxies NFTs. I've already played it. I have to say it's really impressive. I mean, you can see here in the gameplay video for yourself. It's really just super high quality. You can fly around, you can shoot, you can go to a space. What do you call it? Like the ISS, basically, and Space Station, exactly,
Yeah.
and all this stuff. And I think it really captures the atmosphere of what we want to build. And yeah, and then after this, we will see where the journey leads Rogue Galaxies. We're not sure yet, to be honest, because we don't have any more money. We basically put in our own capital to fund it, to get it to the stage, and then we will try to figure out if we can get external funding, maybe to build it on or continue building it, or maybe we are going to wait a little bit until the market conditions are better, and we try another approach with the community. But essentially, now we're at a point where we say, okay, this is good, this is really cool. If you're a holder of the NFTs, I think you will be happy about being able to play this, and then we'll see where the future will lead us, basically, to. And I've been talking for quite a while now. So, Victor, what do you think about what you're seeing here on screen?
Yeah, I mean, I think the graphics look great. Maneuverability looks nice. Looks like it feels nice. I mean, I'm not playing, but the space station is really cool. And you said, is this the one that you can go back inside where your base is? Is this one it?
Yes, this one is it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It looks like he's trying to go back or dock or something. I guess my next question would be, let's say you get funding for whatever the next step is. What is the next step after this version?
So the way the game is structured is we have put it into multiple modules, right? So we have like the space module, which is the one that we're seeing right now, and then we also have the planet modules, and we have the social module. So all of these modules have specific parts of the gameplay to it that are key to making the experience really well. But by splitting them up into these modules, we can basically scope out development in a better way, because we can say, okay, this module is for this specific feature set, and we need to have like a certain skill set of people that we can hire for this specific module, and we can have a clear budget for that, and so on, and then go from module to module. And the original plan was to fund like each modules with the NFTs, and then basically the more we progress, also get external funding and say, okay, we want to actually like scale this up to a large team and keep working on this. And and to basically come to the point, right now we have not finished any of the modules. This one is part of the first module, of the space module. So if we get funding, we would finish the space module and then basically move on to the next module, and then release that iteratively, while also progressing the story in the Discord. We also have a lot of great story and lore already there, and and then launch more NFTs, make the game more accessible by having those NFTs, and just bring more people in progressively until we are at a point where it's actually a great game and everyone wants to play it.
Yeah, so it's interesting. We just got to take it step by step and see what the next part is. I mean, I guess, after the community sees this part, would you? And another Rogue Galaxies team is just busy building. There's not too much of a community, I guess, management aspect anymore. But what would you ask the community, like get their feedback, like what the next step should be as far as like reopening the minting for the Rogue Galaxies ships?
Yeah, so we are we're open to feedback, of course. We have decided to really focus on building this part and not focus on community management, because sometimes you have to take decisions where you say, okay, like, what's more important here? Is it more important to post a thing in Discord every day, or is it more important to actually just finish what we promised we would do? And we decided for the second part of it, and that, I know that's a little bit frustrating sometimes for the community. I know communication is key and everything, but we have limited resources, so we have to pick our battles, right? And I don't think that we're going to reopen the mint anytime soon, because we don't want to take more money from the community without being able to assess if we can actually use this money to produce what we want to produce. So we will see if there's a huge hype suddenly coming in because we released this vertical slice, and people really like it, and people really commit to it and want to see this continue. We might reopen the mint, and we might say, okay, we need to hit, for example, a few 100,000 ADA, or everyone will get refunded, kind of like in a Kickstarter way. That should have been what we should have done from the beginning, in my opinion. But I think it's a great model that we could use. But yeah, we'll see. Honestly, we don't have a clear plan for that yet. We'll just see.
Yeah, makes sense. Cool, man. I mean, watching the gameplay looks great. I don't really have any other comments. Just really excited to play the game. You said this week at some point.
Wonderful. Cool. Then I think we can also end it here and bring us back to the stream. Yeah, I think this was a great event, great showcase of all the different games on Cardano. Of course, there are many games that we didn't get to invite, but we hope to do events like this more often in the future and invite everyone, and really get like a feel for what's being built in this ecosystem. And
yeah, I'm just gonna say, there's 8 games we showed today. It's quite a bit. So I mean, we went over 2 hours, about 2.5 hours. So maybe the next one will be just like six projects, so we can give each project more time. But we've had a lot of projects reach out to us to try to like get on the showcase. But like I said, it's very limited in slots. But I have a whole list of projects that have reached out, so we'll definitely get you guys on if we decide to do another one, which most likely we'll do another one. So. Just a big shout out and thanks to all the projects that came on and showcased, and to all the people that came and watched and commented. And this is great. I just really think that we're much stronger together as opposed to just individually trying to promote and work. Basically like coming together in such like in harsh times, and like in the bear market, I think it just attracts more people and viewers. And I really do believe in coming up together and supporting one each other, especially in this Cardano ecosystem, because we're all part of this ecosystem that we're trying to build here. And I mean, everyone's holding ADA, so it's like that's kind of like the thing that kind of like binds us, right? I mean, every time I say that, I think of Lord of the Rings. But it's just like this one thing that binds us all, and of course the consensus and everything like that. But yeah.
Great. Then maybe last point from me, if you ever want to build a game on Cardano and you want to launch NFTs or build a secondary marketplace, you know where to go, nmaker.io. That's what we built nmaker for. And thank you so much, Victor, for joining me today. This was really fun.
Of course.
And
thanks for having me.
Really appreciate it. And then I think we can end it here. Do you have you can have the very last words if you want to?
No, I mean, I don't have anything. Just go out and support these gaming projects, because Cardano doesn't get the attention it deserves. Like people think we don't have anything at Cardano, but as you can see, we obviously do. We have plenty of games, we have plenty of DeFi projects, and we have way more games coming. So or to be displayed in future CGS. So yeah, just go out and support people, shout them out, tweet them, tell your friends about them. And that's pretty much all you can do, and play the games, and if you like a project, maybe consider getting an NFT from that project. All right, guys.
Goodbye.
Have a good one.